What is up, YouTube? Holy Pepsi here. I'm going to be going over my combat guide. This guide is going to help you get gold, XP, and pretty much everything that you need in Deadman mode. Now, this is critical for gaining experience and actually getting somewhere in Deadman mode, because if you follow the example that everyone else is doing, most likely you're going to be having an Addy longsword, really crap armor gear, and you're basically just going to be killing cows, goblins, or guards for the next like 2 to 4 days before you actually get a high enough combat stat to where you can actually do dragons or something along those lines, which is something you don't want to waste your time doing. So here is the Chaos Druids. These guys give decent XP. We're going to be going range, and you're pretty much effectively going to be ranging your way up to a decent combat level. Right now, 141, which I feel is pretty intermediate right now, because I did waste like an entire day and a half because of mining and smithing and then getting reset. So that really sucks, but I figured out the fastest and most efficient way to make cash. So you're gonna have your 15k from your fish, from my fishing guide. You should have 100 swordfish, which you're gonna sell those 100 swordfish for 15k gold. Now, when you have that 15k gold, you're gonna basically buy a crossbow from the ranging shop, and you're gonna go buy bronze bolts. Bronze bolts are 1 GP each. They restore extremely quickly, and you'll basically be able to get 400 or 500 of them, no problem. Now you're gonna go to the Blue Mountain Inn in Varrock, which that's the same place as where the crossbow or the range shop is. You're gonna go there. That is the bar, and you're gonna kill the man and the barbarian. The barbarian has a very quick timer, so in about an hour you should be 20 range and 20 defense, because you're gonna train your defense as well. Put it on long range, and there you go. It'll be extremely quick and everything. Now, once you hit 20, you have the opportunity to come to Chaos Druids, or you're gonna actually go to the armor shop, get studded body, and you're gonna get studded chaps, and that will be your ranging gear, and that will give you decent enough stats, and it'll give you the bonus armor, so Chaos Druids won't be able to do hardly any damage to you. So you're going to come here, and you're going to continue to train your range. In about 2 to 3 hours, you should hit level 40. Actually, maybe even sooner than that. You might hit level 40 range. And then you're going to take the remainder of your cash pile, and you're going to go off and use that to basically buy green d'hide. Now, you can die down here, but it is probably one of the safest spots to train outside the city, because since you're in wilderness, the NPCs will basically attack anyone who comes in here. So if a PKer tries to come in here, they'll get PJ'd by the NPCs, which will really help you out and help you get away. That's what I would suggest doing, because also when you come down here, you have the chance of getting Raynars. Let's see here. We have a Raynar right here, and we have 2 Raynars. Now, Raynars are not the same value, because basically not that many people can make prayer pots, and prayer pots aren't really that useful since a majority of people don't have 43 prayer. But right now, Raynars go for about like 3k each. So that right there is pretty decent gold. That's 6k. So that's literally, this is one run I'm done. And that's literally about 4 or 5 hours worth of work. Actually, no, it's about 4 hours worth of work if you consider the walking distance that it took to get to level 60 fishing. So from there, you're just going to want to go off and train here. Now, you do have the opportunity, or I should say the option, to go off and basically continue fishing. But what happens is the more gold you acquire with really crappy stats, the more of a chance that you're going to get PK'd by someone who is just going to basically kill you and get away. And even if they die, your key is going to go to someone else with your entire bank in it. So you want to actually train your combat stats. It's extremely important that you train your combat stats in order to get your HP higher, in order to not die. Because if someone skulls on you and you have like 60 HP and you run around, sooner or later someone's going to help you out, because the other person's skulled. You don't have to worry about that. So I strongly recommend following this guide. And then once you get maybe like level 50 or something along those lines, where no one's going to actually come up and kill you, then you can continue to fish for sharks, get a decent cash pile, and then you can go from there. You could basically buy full green d'hide. You can go melee if you want. You'll have the gold necessary to get good melee items, because right now a Ruined Scimitar is 40k gold, and that's really hard to get. 40k gold is pretty insane. considering even though I have about like 10k gold here, it's going to take a very long time to find people that can actually use these herbs and they're willing to pay the price that is actually how much they're worth. Because I had like, I want to say 60k gold in herbs. I couldn't find anyone who had the levels required to actually make these worthwhile. Of course, when you're watching this video, it'll probably be months after release. This is day 3, and I think this is still going to be your best option because even in regular old school RuneScape, this is where I made a lot of my money. I made tons of bank coming down here and farming Ranars, and prayer pots are going to be very necessary in Deadman mode, so Ranars are most likely going to go up to, I want to say about 5 to 6, maybe even 7k each after time goes on. But right now, because everyone's strapped for cash, it's really not that high. But I would not hold on to them because most likely you will die and they will 100% get cleaned out. So that is something you don't want to do. So you're going to basically train here. I would train here until you feel comfortable to do green dragons. Actually, not green dragons. Green dragons are in the wilderness. Till you feel comfortable to do basically blue dragons or something along those lines. And from there, you can basically do whatever the hell you want. You'll make decent cash, and you'll basically be able to afford anything that you need or ever want for Deadman mode. And you'll also have decent combat stats. But if you do end up following the basically what the streamers are doing right now, you'll end up like 95% of the people in Lumbridge who have no idea what the hell they're doing, and they're completely screwed. And the only reason why it's working for the streamers is because a good example is SparkMac. He needed to sell something at top dollar. He actually sold it at beyond top dollar, and he was just like, someone buy this on a stream, and sooner or later 10 people came up and traded and bought it for above top dollar. That's not going to happen. So it's extremely rare to sell stuff, because if you do get something that's worth like a lot of money, like someone got a freaking Ranger hat, man. Or not a Ranger hat, but a Robin Hood hat, right? And a clue scroll. No one can buy it. No one can afford it. It's pretty much worth the same. It's basically worth like 10k gold or something like that. It's not going to be worth that much. Now, if that dude holds on to it, it's definitely going to be worth a ton. But no one can afford it right now. So that's the reason why it's getting basically gear is really, really hard. But it's also very effective, because if you do basically do a lot of good and you get high XP, you can basically destroy... There's level 60s right now who are just running through Lumbridge, and they're just killing everyone in sight, and they're collecting their keys, and they're just constantly running around the map, because no one can kill a level 60 other than another level 60. So it's very, very hard to kill people who are a higher level than you. So this is my guide. Hopefully you like it. And I know I talked for a long time about the same stuff, but I'm just trying to emphasize how important it is to basically have a way of getting your combat level higher, your HP higher, and also making gold at the same time, which I feel this is the best way to do so. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace out.